I am Alabama Senator Robert Stewart, representing District 23, and I'm a member. I chair the mentoring program for the 100 Black Men of Selma, and I'm a charter member of the 100 Black Men of Selma, and have been a member since our inception in 2016.
How does policy affect the Black community?
Well, policy determines what type of life you'll have. It determines winners and losers. It determines if our community has continued to be subjugated. The choices we make as government officials and as government and as governmental institutions, there are poverty matters, like people not having health care. Health and wellness is one of the arms of the 100 Black Men, and so people not having access to health care and not having Medicaid expansion, particularly in southern states, that is a policy choice which disproportionately affects the African American community.
Absolutely. And what are some things that you've seen be successful when implementing policy?
Well, I think advocacy days are very helpful. It's great to have civic organizations show up, lobby campus, lobby the state house to let them know, hey, we are here. We are your constituents. The issues of our community matters greatly. And I was able to pass a bill to increase the penalty. I sponsored it, and that bill became law to increase civil and criminal penalties for child labor violations. And so we are seeing an increase of children, as our economy gets more precarious, and as we see child labor laws loosen, children are not, if they're working long hours and they're working in dangerous conditions, they're not going to go to school. They're not going to get their certification, and they'll be relegated and stuck in a cycle of low wage jobs. And so last year we had a child fall off a roof, 15 years old, broke his skull and died. And so this happened in North Alabama, and my first thought was, this cannot happen again.
How can the 100 Black Men of America support policymakers like yourself in your efforts?
Yeah, like I say, man, having a 100 Black Men Day at the Capitol, hosting, really honing in on civic engagement. We're seeing the decline of Black people vote, period. And so what does that mean for not having, the end result will have people not looking like you and not having your interests representing you. And so all of those things are very important. But that civic engagement piece and community building year round, because civic engagement is not just during election time. We have to encourage people to show up to town halls. The 100 Black Men should host events, more civic engagement events in the community, so citizens can be informed. We're in not only the information age, but the disinformation age. And so there's a lot of information being thrown at people, and we have to provide a platform for our people to get the facts and be armed with knowledge.